Okay, I've created now my three views, so main view, raw data view, and test view. And I didn't want to show you the process as it's totally self-explanatory and extremely easy. Now, many people navigate your website, right? Including yourself and your team. But you and your team are not traffic you want to track, as this will make your data less reliable and clean, which in turn translates in more difficult insights. So that's what the Google Analytics filters are for, among other things, of course, to exclude your own internal traffic. And best way to do it is to let Google know your IP address or multiple addresses in case you have many. So first off, you need to know your IP address, and best way, of course, is to ask your IT manager or IT department. If for whatever reason you can't reach out to him or to the department, well, you can ask Google directly what your IP address is by simply querying "What's my IP address?" Google will return your IP, which may be in two different formats. This one, in my case, it's IPv6 format. Likely you are more familiar with the IPv4 format that usually looks a little shorter and separated by dots. Either way, IPv6 and IPv4 are just two different addressing methods for assigning an IP address, but either way, this is my IP, so let's just copy it. Now in Google Analytics, under the main view, let's create a new filter. Give it a name, for example, IP Home or IP Office, if that's your office. We want to exclude traffic from the IP addresses that are equal to, and in the field, I can now paste my previously copied address. Simple as that. You see, now the main downside of this method by asking Google is that you don't know whether your IP address is static or dynamic. Dynamic means that every now and then these numbers will change, and oftentimes hotels have static IPs, but it's definitely not a rule. The point is, if it's dynamic, this method won't work. The next time this number will change, well, actually this IP filter will not work. Instead, we will need to adopt a more sophisticated way that goes quite beyond the purpose of this course. So this is one of the topics of the advanced course of Google Analytics for Hotels, but for the time being, let's just move forward. The second thing is that in most cases, hotels have multiple IP addresses, so not only one but many. So either we set them all individually, one by one, but of course this is not the most efficient way and most effective way. Or, as most times multiple addresses are part of the exact same range, meaning these numbers, these IP are sequential numbers, then you can use a regular expression and create one filter only to filter out multiple addresses. Nothing difficult, as this site will help you out in a matter of seconds. If you visit the site analyticsmarket.com/free tools/IPregex, you can easily enter the first and the last IP addresses of your IP range, respectively on the first IP address and the last IP address. Hit generate regex. Regex, by the way, stands for regular expression. And the weird string that the tool will output is what you simply have to copy paste into your Google Analytics filter. In my case though, I'll leave the previous single IP address that I got from Google. Okay, now like always, let's test everything we just did. So let's first open up our Demotel website and refresh the page. Now, if the filter works as expected, we shouldn't see any activity going on in the real-time section of our Google Analytics console. So let's check there. Real-time overview, and in fact 0 remains 0 as I'm not being tracked this time, so the filter works as we want it. Alright, this is it for today, and I'll see you again in the next video.